KK. Okay, that's working. Let's get to it then. Yep. Start around. Let's go. Start late to the stream. I literally just woke up. Oh man. I needed that. I should have set a timer though. I'll do that next time. Why is she always freaking... Okay. Got mid, that's good. Jesus is here. Too bad I gotta kill him. I see a sniper. I like to say hello to snipers when I get the chance. Got the game, me on the same team. Hey, take this island though. I need to do something about that. Yeah, that was a smart move. I think it might be too late for him though. Try to take me down. Already got your number. Yeah, GG Titan. You just about to sink me too. I probably should got in a bigger ship. I saw something on Discord that these very small ships got less health than the other ships. Yeah. Freaking guest account took out my ship. But you know what? He ain't gonna meet me on this land. He ain't gonna meet me on the island. He ain't gonna fight me on mano like a freaking boss. That's a freaking guarantee. Hey, bruh. Who you shooting at, bruh? Who you shooting at? You so freaking lucky. So freaking lucky. Belina, hey. I have no idea who you are. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Why are my shots hitting today? I'm never this accurate. I am never this accurate with my shots, bro. This is new. Got him! She actually did shoot me though, and I missed all my shots against her after I got on the boat. I swear I'm better at long range shots than close range shots. Wait a minute. I want to say GG, but I'm too busy. Okay. Oh crap, we losing. Oh, really? These guys don't really feel like that much. Oh man, they found my number right away. For the brave and the bold. Okay, let me do something real quick. Okay, that should be good. Panda. So we only got mid, and we're losing out on our own island. That's good to know. I want this ship. Yeah, I'm about to sink it. Yeah, it's about to sink. What? Okay, I'm gonna let y'all handle that work, that light work for me. While I handle this. Out of my way. I'll handle that when I get time to. Good. Guest account shot. Kill me. Oh, Achilles on my team. That's comforting to know. I missed at the last minute, bro. That's sorry. No wonder Titan was saying GG to me. He was sinking me in that when I was on that other boat, but I didn't realize because it only shows the main person who sinks the boat. So he said GG to somebody else. We got 2 islands. That's nice. We're kind of in a bad position when it comes to ships right now. Yeah, I want to go to the other side. I'm gonna wait here. No, I don't think it's gonna be possible for me to get on that boat. Well, I mean, let's try. Oh man, I can't believe I missed my shot. It's right there. Don't sink my boat. Don't sink my boat. Okay. Thank you, Captain Gideon. Okay. Actually took the lead. I know these guys wasn't much trouble. I mean, they have better dedicated snipers than us, but other than that, we're who the hell we're doing pretty well. In every other aspect of the game. which is PvP, get into the islands. We're actually not that bad at sniping. We got our own dedicated snipers. And now I think about it, Captain Gideon may be a better dedicated sniper than No Name down there. Trying to kill me? Where are we going for that shit there? Bro. Okay. I'm gonna say you gotta stay on at least long enough for them to spawn. Oof. No, that's not it. There we go. I think it's around this height, this distance. Yeah, I'm doing a better job measuring their distance again. I'm starting to get my aim back. Okay, it's a little higher than I thought. There we go. Okay. Like, I was going like, okay, my ship had a little bit more damage than his. So maybe that's why I sunk and he didn't. But nah, he sunk. He sunk. That was my hello. Bullet to the face. That's how I say hello. I like your boat, bud. I think we're gonna take it. It's a very nice boat. Got a few bullet holes up in it, but we can buff it out. Probably. I know your ship passively gain health by not getting hit. Oh crap. So it depends if we can avoid doing that. A little higher, but it's too late. But you know what? I am cool just staying on this island. Yeah, it works. Nicholas. Yeah, my shot is coming back. The last couple days, it was complete doo-doo water, but now I'm shooting like normal again. Feels good. Yeah, GG Tim. I saw him go under the ship, but I'm gonna help out Gideon first, prior towards helping out Gideon, and then handle the guy on the ship, which is pretty dumb on my part. I should have prioritized my own safety first. I need to prioritize my own safety right now. I am low health. Getting too close to these gunshots. We lost our first island and haven't gotten it back yet. Bro, this match is a lot closer than it should be right now. What? I might have to leave and go to first island or something because we're gonna lose at this point. Like, that's our island. They got 4 boats there. 4. How does that even happen? Okay, yeah, I'm leaving. I'm going to first island. We just lost the lead and we're gonna lose the freaking match at this rate. How do we let them get 4 boats to our island? Bro. Yeah. We got an army on mid, but we have no one to protect first island. It's crazy. I'm gonna go to first island. We got lead back, but I'm not gonna sit on my laurels and hope for the best. I'm gonna trust y'all to protect mid. I'm gonna come over to first island, protect that for the rest of the round. And you shooting at the wrong thing right now. Jesus killed Jesus Christ. Well, just Jesus, not Jesus the Christ. Talking about, it's not the real Jesus. It's a fake Christ. Pretty sure the Bible talked about that one. Fake Christ coming to deceive men. You know what? You can sink my ship all you want. Oh my freaking! We lost mid again. We had an army there, and they have an army now too. We're about to lose. I freaking left mid, thinking we needed more support on first, and then we lose mid. My goodness. I left it in good hands too, so I'm assuming they had good competition. Oh man, I don't like losing to no name, but that's exactly what's about to happen. I'm about to lose first again. I'm leaving a freaking guest account to protect it. Freaking hell, seriously? sucks. I don't know if we're coming back from this. And we got another freaking blue ship here on our island. This sucks. Yeah, I have nothing to do except try to shoot you down, buddy. Aside from checking this island, it is. So what's that gonna do? Really? Yeah, you ain't hitting. It look like I'll take mid back, but it's too late. You're down 900 points. We're not coming back. No, it's not. We're down too much. Even if we took all the islands now, I don't think we're gonna be able to get 1,000 points in a minute and 40 seconds. It's unfortunate, but we lost. We failed to protect the islands well enough. Who shot me? Was that really W? Really? Shot is so weird. It's hard to predict. Okay. Yeah, it's only 15 seconds. I won't even be able to make it to an island. I'm gonna turn on my secret weapon. That's basically to turn my brain off and just play. And I'm going to third. Screw first, true second. I'm going to third. If they want to disrupt us by coming for our first island, I'm gonna disrupt them by coming for theirs. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my brain off. I'm about to listen to some crap. Turn down the music real quick. Listen to some audio book or something.
Ascendance of a bookworm. Ascendance of books, impossible to acquire. Now then, last on the list is meat. We were going to get a lot of it, and then we were going to need to salt it, or maybe smoke it. My mother, finished with buying our fruits and vegetables, heads towards the center of the market. There, it seems like the meat sellers are lined up against the outer wall. Why are we buying so much? I ask.
No one took first island.
To prepare for winter,
Typical.
Replies my mother. Around this time of the year, the farmers all have to bring their livestock in for the year. Anything that won't make it through the winter gets butchered, so this time of the year is when the most meat is sold. The animals have also been eating a lot to prepare for winter, so their meat is very fatty and delicious. In the winter, does the market go away too? Of course it does, you know. There aren't very many vegetables gathered during the winter, so the market isn't open very often. Now that I think about it, it's obvious, but the thought hadn't occurred to me at all.
75 freaking meters.
Before greenhouse cultivation became commonplace, vegetables were sold seasonally, and before distribution methods were developed, they were all grown locally. You can keep food fresh for long periods of time with freezers or refrigerators, but before those things existed, you needed to actually preserve the food in your house. I've never actually prepared for winter. Did you say something? Asks my mother. Nah. Preserving food at home. Where in that tiny apartment are we going to preserve anything? That storage room isn't nearly big enough, right? Man, I'm glad that I'm such a little girl. I'm so small that I'd only get in the way if I tried to help, so I'm not going to be scolded when I don't.
I don't think there's anyone on there.
It stinks.
But still, they
That's
take our
the smell
island.
of meat. The stench grows unbearable as we approach the butchers. I pinch my nose to stop the smell, but my mother
I don't want them to use this and then try to spawn snipe us. So let me take care of this boat at the very least.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Even though my nose is plugged, the air is so foul that the very taste of it makes my eyes water as I finally arrive at the row of butcher's shops.
Yeah, they're at the point they spawn killing us. We are getting
from
cooked.
The bacon and ham I expected, legs of meat are lined up, still attached to the feet and recognizable as animal parts. Inside the shop, dead animals, drained of blood, swing from the rafters. Bunnies and birds line the shelves, their eyes wide open and their tongues lolling out of their mouths. Yeah. I scream. What's wrong, Maine? To be honest, for someone like me, who's only ever seen raw meat after it's already been completely disassembled, cut up into little pieces, and put in packs, the butcher's shops of this world are a little too overstimulating. All the hairs on my body stand on end, tears stream down my face, and I screw my eyes shut to block out the awful sight. The single glimpse I caught, though, remains fixated with my mind, and won't go away no matter how much I want to forget it. Maine. My mother shakes me side to side. At that instant, a pig screams as its dissection begins, and my
1,000 points.
Open.
Not even at 1,000
Smiling
yet.
people have gathered around me, watching and waiting
Getting
eagerly
cooked.
as an animal is murdered right in front of them. Why do you look like this is fun, people? Why are you smiling so much? Stop it. Stop it. This is terrifying. The pig squeals out one final time as the knife rams home. My own small cry joins it, and I faint on the spot. Something's being poured into my mouth. It's a harsh, astringent, extremely stimulating liquid that smells like strong alcohol. Since I'm not quite awake enough to drink it properly, it flows straight down my windpipe. I leap to my feet, my eyes wide open, and start an enormous coughing fit. Cough. Is This
And I don't
actual
have no time to
alcohol.
switch over and
What
try to fire
unbelievable
back
idiot
before I
would dare
sink.
force such a powerful spirit down the throat of such a helpless and innocent young child? What would you do if I'd gotten alcohol
I'm gonna have
poisoning?
to change my strategy and go for the first
My mother
island
is
then.
next to me, holding a bottle of
They
alcohol.
freaking coming onto our
Ma'am,
island now.
are you
Like,
awake? AHH,
we ain't winning
that's a
this.
relief. I'm so glad that I could wake you up. Cough, Mommy. With a huge sigh of relief, my mother hugs me tightly. I might not be very good at putting things into words at the moment, but I can speak my mind now, right? Don't shove such a strong alcohol down the throat of a small child. And especially do not do so to a child who not only has a weak constitution, but has also just finally recovered from a fever so high that you thought she would die.
What's
Are
wrong
you
with
trying
kids
to kill
drinking
me?
alcohol?
Are you an idiot? Do you want me to die? Alright then, Maine. Now that you're awake, let's go back and get that meat.
Now I gotta contend with
A
HHH?
shudder
My
ripples through me.
goodness.
That horrifying spectacle has already been seared into my memory. It flashes before my eyes like a daydream, and just the memory of it gives me goosebumps. I do not want to go back there. This woman, she used strong alcohol to revive a young girl, and now she's taking the girl who literally just fainted at the sight of the butcher and dragging her back to the butcher. Could it be that she's a brute? I still don't feel good, I say. I'm gonna stay here.
My boat.
Mommy,
No.
go ahead. Ed,
I should have
but
lowered yourself. Raised
I give my
yourselves.
hesitant mother a sidelong glance, then spin in place to face the lady running the shop. I need to secure my position before she drags me away.
Maybe
Excuse me, but could you
you
let me
might
wait
get
here?
sunk or despawn
I
before
say
you
to
even
the
reach me.
shopkeep. I'm not going to be any trouble, I'll just sit right here. Oh, you're very level-headed for such a little girl, she replies, with a dry, crackling laugh. Your mother did just buy some liquor, so I'll let you stay for a bit. It would be awful if I kicked out a little girl who wasn't feeling well and she had another accident, right? Take care of your shopping, ma'am, I'll watch her for you. It seems that this woman is the proprietor of this liquor stall,
I
from
couldn't
where my
reach
mother
at
just
all.
bought the alcohol she used to revive me. The old man from the general store next door seems to have taken pity on me as well, and he waves me over. Come and wait over here, Missy, that way nobody'll come by and try to snatch ya. He motions me to a spot behind and between the two stalls and helps me sit down. It feels like the liquor that was poured down my throat is churning around inside me. Right now, moving around too much would be dangerous. If, for instance, I were to collapse from acute alcohol poisoning, nobody else would be able to figure out
Why are
why.
you freaking selling right back
While
into the
sitting
port?
down,
What's
I
the
idly
point of
look
that?
over the contents of the two shops. The liquor stand seems to have received a new shipment of cider, just in time for its most popular season, and customers come one right after the other to buy little casks of it. The general store, on the other hand, doesn't have nearly as many customers. Just what does a general store sell in this world? I look over the various goods that are lined up for sale, but for the most part I have no idea what I'm looking at. Mister, what's ties? I ask, pointing at one of the random things on a nearby shelf. Oh, have you not used one of these before, little missy? This is what you use when you're weaving cloth. Oh, and this one's used for hunting. Since he doesn't have any customers at the moment, the old man gladly explains what each thing does as I point at it in succession. There's so much stuff here that's used in daily life around here that I just don't know anything about. I dig through Maine's memories, but she either wasn't very interested in these things or she never really learned about them. As I look around the items jumbled on the shelves in admiration, I notice something in the far corner. It may be just a single volume, but I definitely see the spine of some massive, bulky tome. It's the kind of binding that I'd usually only see behind a glass case in a library, with a leather cover and fine gold caps on each of the corners. It's so huge that I don't think I'd be able to even hold it. That's a book. Don't tell me, that's a book, right? The instant I laid eyes on the spine of that book, color blasted back into my world. The heavy clouds that had weighed down on my mind were instantly driven away, and my very spirit was brightened in a moment. Mister. What's this? What do you call this? AHH, that's a
He
book.
jumped up. I know that was
Yes.
a no
I
name.
finally found one.
I know it.
Books, they exist. It might just only be one, but they exist. This book has scoured away my lingering depression from having been reborn into a world without any books. I tremble with emotion as I gaze longingly at its spine. It is absolutely too heavy for me to move, so it would merely be an ornament. From the looks of it, there's no way that it isn't prohibitively expensive, and there's no way that I'll be able to get my mother to buy it for me, no matter how much I pester her about it. However, if books like this exist, then there must be smaller, easier to carry books out there as well. I spin around to face the old man, eyes wide with raw hunger. Hey, mister, where can I find a store that sells books? A store for books? There's no store like that. He gives me a what the hell is this kid talking about look, and my excitement drops down a couple of notches. There's books, so why are there no bookstores? What? Why? You're selling one here. Books are only made when people transcribe them from the author's original work, so they're far too rare and valuable to just sell on the market. Even this one here ain't actually for sale, it's being held as collateral for someone in the aristocracy. Well, if he don't come back soon, I guess I'll have to sell it, but the buyer'll probably be another aristocrat. Aristocrats. If I were actually following the reborn into a parallel universe trope, I would have been born into the nobility. I would be able to read. Why am I just a commoner?
I suppose that is a trope.
The aristocracy flash through my mind. They're surrounded by books from the minute they're born. What have they done to deserve such a blessing? Little Missy, is this the first book you've ever seen? I tear my eyes away from the book, nodding vigorously in reply to the old man's question.
And we lost first
Yes,
island, okay.
this is the first book I've ever seen in this world. On top of that, they're not usually for sale, and there's no bookstores, and there's a very good chance that such a chance encounter may never ever happen again. And, so. Mister. Please, hear me out. With my fists clasped tightly together, I stand straight up, then fall to my knees in front of the shopkeeper. What's all this now? He says, wide-eyed in surprise as I kneel before him. This isn't just an idle wish. What I need to demonstrate to this man is that this is the foundation at the heart of my foundation, and the most sincere demonstration in the world is begging on your hands and knees. I bow my head sharply, and do my best to explain my feelings as clearly and frankly as I can. It may be obvious that I cannot buy that book, but, at least, let me touch it. Let me rub my face against it. At the very least, let me sniff it, let me breathe in the scent of its ink. Just that would be enough. The silence that filled the air after my heartfelt request was almost too painful to bear, yet the shopkeeper gave no reply. Timidly, I raised my head to look up at
Thankfully,
him.
I have
For some reason,
a guest account to
he
be a
looks
bullet
like he
sponge for
swallowed
me.
a bug, or maybe like he's spotted some unbelievably disgusting pervert. Shock and disgust play across his face as he looks down at me. Did my sincerity fail to shine through? I don't know if I'm really understanding what you mean, but I think it might be dangerous for me to let you touch that. But I start to reiterate
Yeah, I
my
forgot. In this world, groveling like that is weird.
Maine, I'm done, says my mother. Let's head home, Mommy. Tears
You don't
start
grovel
falling
in this
from my eyes
world
as soon as I
unlike
hear
they
her
do
voice.
in Japan.
The book's right there, but I'll never touch it. I'll never smell it. What's wrong, Maine? She asks me, concerned. A dangerous look flashes across her face, and she spins around to face the shopkeeper. What did you do to her? I jump between them and shake my head vigorously. Nothing. Nothing. If I don't clear this misunderstanding up immediately, then I'd be just heaping more problems on the kind old man who let me take shelter in his shop and taught me about books. That's no way to return a favor. I don't feel too good. Mommy, what did you make me drink? I've been feeling really funny since I woke up. Maybe the liquor I used to wake you up was a little too effective. Let's get you home, get you some water, and get you a nice quiet place to rest. You'll be all right. My mother nods her head in understanding, but it doesn't look like she's
and we ain't regained the first island, looks like.
It was a bad idea to have given alcohol to a child in the first place.
Oh my goodness, let me respawn for they get on my freaking boat.
The tug starts pulling me back towards home. I look behind me as I walk away, and smile my biggest smile at the two shopkeepers. Thanks for letting me sit down. I didn't bow, like I'm accustomed to, but not because I'm emotionally compromised. Rather, I don't remember actually seeing anyone bowing their heads, so I don't think that's the custom here. For now, I'll just keep smiling.
And
A
we
great
lost
smile
mid,
is
but we regained our
indispensable when
island back.
dealing with other people, and from the way they're smiling and waving back, it looks like my
Ugh,
guess
bro.
is correct. Maine, are you still feeling bad? Asks my mother. Yeah. We don't say very much as we trudge home, hand in hand. I look at the shops along our route home, and,
I'm glad I
of
left
course,
because it
there
gave me a
aren't any
chance to
bookstores.
come back
My goal
with
for
fewer
today
people
of
on the
coercing
island.
my mother into getting me a children's book and maybe learning a few letters has ended in complete failure. Even though this city is home to the Lord of the Land, even though we are surrounded by such spectacular walls, there's no bookstore here. If books truly aren't for sale, even here, then there might not be a bookstore anywhere in the world. I'm in despair. I had never thought that God could be so cruel as to force me, Motosu, the book enthusiast who could go a day or two without eating as long as she had a book to read, to live a life bereft of books. At least, why wasn't I born a noble woman? Sniv. To reincarnate me as a peasant? God, what did I do to earn this hatred? Even if I say that I want my parents to become nobility so that they can buy me books, those
Yeah, I
are
am
just childish
cooked.
fantasies. I'd never say that I don't want to have been born into this family. Really,
Did
though,
everything I
I
could,
want to
but
be an
it
aristocrat.
wasn't enough.
If I can't be an
It wasn't
aristocrat,
enough.
I at least want enough money to be able to buy all the books out of a disgraced aristocrat's estate. I may be stuck in this awful environment, but I know for a fact that no matter how hard I try, it's not going to get me a book. If there aren't any bookstores, I can't buy a book.
Achilles left me.
So, how am I going
HHH
to get them?
betrayed me.
I'm just going to have to make them myself.
I don't even know what
aren't
this
I?
guy even doing.
Really,
I don't
what I truly
master.
want are
I don't
books
know
from
where
this
they at.
world, but that's an unreasonable luxury. In order to fulfill my most urgent desires, I'm going to have to put off learning how to read the
Vat and Jay
language
left
here.
too, and we still getting
Instead,
cooked.
I'll make books in Japanese, which I already know. I haven't yet figured out how I'm going to do all that, but that doesn't matter right now. I will definitely acquire a book. Previous next.
I'll go with next.
Ascendance of a Bookworm. Ascendance of a Bookworm, 006 Interlude, My Sister's Gotten Weird. My name's Tori. Interlude, My Sister's Gotten Weird.
Okay.
My name's Tori. I'm 6 years old. I have a little sister, Maine. She's 5. Maine has
Yeah, I'm gonna
straight,
die.
dark blue hair, like the color of the night sky, and golden eyes that shine like the moon. I think she's really adorable, but I am her older sister. She's always really sick and always has a fever, so she doesn't eat much, so she hasn't grown very much. She also can't go outside very much, so her skin is pale white. She's really adorable, but I can't play with her very much, which is a little disappointing. The other kids get to play with their brothers and sisters, and I get kinda jealous. The other day, Maine had a really bad fever. It was so bad that everyone in the family was worried, wondering if she would live or die. For 3 days, she didn't eat anything, and she even got so weak that she couldn't drink any water. The fever might have made her a little strange in the head. When she was sick, she started using words I didn't really understand and getting really mad all of a sudden. She always used to do what she was told, but when I went to go wash the dishes, she snuck out of bed and I found her crying and I don't know why. She spent the whole day crying. I thought that maybe Maine was still suffering because of her fever, but when her fever went down, she got even weirder. Seriously, she started saying that her body felt gross and that she wanted to wipe herself off.
Reincarnation.
When we boil water to cook our food, she asks if she could have some warm water for a bath. Every day. Every day, she wets a cloth and wipes her body off. Help me with the parts I can't reach, she says, so I help her out. On the first day, the bath water got really dirty, but by the third day, it was still pretty clean. You're not really dirty, so isn't taking a bath kind of a waste? I asked, but she just said, it's not a waste, I am dirty. Every day, she obsesses over making sure she washes herself off. Before I knew it, one of the corners of the bedroom had turned into her bathing space. Then, for some reason, she decided that I should start washing myself as well when I was helping her. Sure, why not, I said, and started scrubbing my face. You go outside a lot, she said.
I ain't about to
so
sing
you
at this
get
rate.
dirtier
And
than
I
me.
was freaking messing with the
When I
sails,
washed
not the
myself
freaking
up,
with
the
the
water that Maine had left
position of the
clean
sails,
got
not
really
lowering
dirty
yourself,
and muddy.
raising and lowering
When
yourselves.
I stared at all of the dirt that had been on me, I started feeling a little bit gross.
Stay calm.
Maine, though, was beaming.
Wait.
If there's two of us, it's not a waste, right? She said. What will it take to make her see that it really is a waste? I have to bring all of that water up from the well, and it's really hard. Doesn't she
That's the guy
know
who
that?
killed me.
After that, she suddenly started wearing her hair up. Her hair is really straight, so no matter how tightly we tie it back, it unties itself and comes down immediately, so we haven't really been tying it back. After trying and failing to tie it back several times, Maine started to sulk. Suddenly, she got up and started rummaging around in our toy basket. She pulled out a doll that Dad had whittled out of wood and Mom had made clothes for, my most precious possession. Tori, can I break this off? She asked. That's my doll's leg. Maine, that's awful. It was terrifying that my little sister could so calmly ask to break off my doll's leg. It was too cruel. When I got mad, she hung her head and mumbled sorry. Sighing, she ran her fingers through her hair, pushing her bangs back. Seeing a 5-year-old do something so strangely sensual made my breath stop for a moment. Tori, if I wanted a stick like this, what should I do? What Maine really wanted wasn't my doll's leg, it was a wooden rod. So, I got a stick from the kindling pile. Instead of letting her break my doll, I used a knife to whittle the stick down into a little rod. She had a lot of requests, like make this part a little skinnier or could you round the ends off to make them less sharp, but eventually she was satisfied. Thanks, Tori. With a big smile, Maine took the rod from me, then suddenly jammed it through her own head. Maine! I yelled, startled. Maine started to turn the rod, which she had actually stuck through her hair, winding her hair tightly around it. Somehow, she put all of her hair up, with just that one little rod.
Thinking the same.
I was surprised how firmly it stayed in place. It was like the magic the nobility uses. However, her hairstyle looked very adult. Maine, I say, you can't put all of your hair up. Only grown UPS do that. Oh, really? With wide eyes, like she really didn't know, she reached up and pulled the rod out of her hair. Immediately, her hair came undone and
So
fell
the original
around her
mind was
shoulders.
retarded.
Then, she grabs just the top part of her hair, and wraps it up like she did before. Is this okay? She asks. I think so, yeah. After that, Maine started to always wear her hair up like that. She looks like she has a stick through her head if you look at her from the front, but she seems happy with it. A little while later, Mom was able to take a day off from work.
There's someone on this
and I was
island, on this
finally able
boat.
to go out into the forest with everyone else. I gathered a lot of firewood, and was also able to find a lot of forest mushrooms, as well as some herbs that we can use to season the meat. We need to be preparing for the winter, so all of the kids are working hard to gather things. I'm home, I say, as I walk through the door. Welcome back, Tori, replies Mom. What did you get? Show me, says Maine, digging around in my basket like this was a rare and unusual thing. I did this just the other day, but Maine, yeah, when I think about it, Maine's being weird lately. Aha, this. Can I have this? With gleaming eyes, she pulls Amelia fruit out of my basket. Maine doesn't ask for things very often, so I thought it would be okay to give her 2 of them. Thanks, Tori, she says, beaming like She runs off into the storage room, then comes back out, looking like everything in the world is absolutely perfect. Maine, why? As soon as I started to speak, Maine suddenly swung a hammer and, with a thud, smashed the Amelia. It splits apart with a squish, and the juice inside splatters all over my face.
I may play one more match, but
When we
man,
smash
this
it with a hammer,
sucks.
of course the
I
juices
ain't
are
getting
going to
bodied.
splatter everywhere, you know. Surely you know that without having to think about it, right? So, Maine, what are you doing? I ask, trying to put on a smile as I wipe the splattered juice from my face. With a weird sort of wee noise, she jumps up with a start. So, yeah. I wanted some oil, she says, with an oh no now I've done it sort of facial
Let's take the first
expression.
island.
She looks up at me, as if asking for help. This is definitely the face of a girl that absolutely didn't realize that smashing something with a hammer would send pieces flying everywhere. If you wanted oil, you know there's better ways to make it, right? What are you doing? Oh, I see, she says, dejectedly. Is she really okay? Does she really not remember back when we pressed base oil together? Oh no, maybe she had a fever for too long and she's gone funny in the head.
I said maybe the original mind she taught it because she retains memories from her past life and Mind's memories.
Mom came back inside, carrying water
Maybe
from
not
the
all
well
of my
for our
memories, just
dinner.
part of it.
Of course, she got mad. This
Part of
was
her
all
knowledge,
Main's
but not her
fault,
memories.
but she got mad at both of us, because I wasn't a very good older sister. Right then, Maine didn't seem very adorable at all. Tori, she asked, how do you make oil? Teach me. Since Mom was in such a huff, Maine stealthily made her way over to me to ask her question. Her sneaking was completely visible. Look, Mom's watching us right now. Mom, I ask, can I teach Maine? Mom sighs. If we don't teach her, she's probably going to do something awful like this again. She points at the storage room. Please, show her how to do it. All of the tools we need to make oil are in the storage room, so I get a cloth and take Maine in there with me. A wooden table like the one in the kitchen is just going to soak up the oils and juices, so we can't use that one. The metal table like here is better. First thing we need to do is spread a cloth out on the table. Then, we need to wrap the fruit in a cloth like this so that the pieces don't fly everywhere. Melia fruit are edible, so we usually get the oil out of the seeds after we've finished eating. Maine, however, was very insistent that there's oil in the fruit, too. She brought the hammer down with glee, over and over, but her aim wasn't very good, she wasn't very strong, and her posture was all wrong. She smashed up the fruit pretty well, but she wasn't able to smash any of the seeds. To make things worse, when we were done smashing up the seeds, we would need to wring the cloth out, and Maine doesn't have nearly enough strength to do that. Maine, that's not working. You're not smashing the seeds, you know. Oh, Turiai. She looked up at me with such a pitiful expression that I decided to help out. I took the hammer from her, but it was so sticky and slippery with juice already that it nearly slipped from my hands. Sighing, I wiped off the handle, and gripped it tightly. This is how we do it. If Dad were doing this, he wouldn't be using a hammer. He'd get something really heavy to put on top of it and press the oil out of it without doing a whole lot of work. Boys are expected to do manual labor as they grow up, so they can lift heavy weights like that. I can't, though, so I had to smash those seeds one by one with a hammer. And now, we wring out the cloth. Wow. Tori, you're amazing. The oil drips into a small dish as I wring out the cloth. As Maine watches, the look of pure joy on her face is extremely adorable. My arms, however, extremely hurt. Thanks, Tori, she says. Hey, don't run off, help me clean up. Maine seemed confused, like she didn't quite know what to do to help, so I helped show her how to clean up all of the tools we used. Maine has a weak constitution and is much shorter than other kids her age, so it's easy to forget that she's already 5. When she turns 7, she'll be baptized at the temple, and she'll have to find some place to start an apprenticeship. Not only that, but next year I'm going to be turning 7. I'm going to start my apprenticeship, so Maine's going to have to be able to do half of the housework by then. She doesn't even know where the tools go or how to clean them right now, so I don't know if she's going to be okay. We're going to keep an eye on her health, but we have to gradually start making her help out with the housework. Otherwise, Maine as she is right now isn't really going to be able to find work. Mom's going to have to stop pampering her, and I, her big sister, am going to have to teach her everything she needs to know. Tori, said Maine, can I have some herbs too? Just a little, Yeah. With a serious face, Maine went through the herbs she took from my basket, sniffing them each and adding a few of them to her oil. She's probably trying to change the scent of it, but some of the herbs she's using are used to keep bugs away, and they'll make it too smelly to eat. Whoa, shouldn't I get this into our food before that finishes happening? I immediately started to try to add the Melia oil to the pot, but Maine cut me off with a frantic expression. Tori, no. What are you doing? If we don't eat this soon, I said, we won't be able to use it at all. These herbs are going to change the flavor so much that we're not going to be able to eat it, you know. No, don't eat it. No matter what I said, Maine just kept shaking her head and trying to hide the bowl the oil was in. Eventually, Mom got bothered enough that she looked over at what we were doing, and she started getting angry as well. Maine, she yelled. Those are things that Tori went and gathered. Don't be selfish. I'm not selfish. Tori gave these to me. No matter how mad Mom got, Maine still wouldn't listen. When even the two of us couldn't make her change her mind, we finally gave up, and Maine went off to wash herself off as usual. Then, she suddenly dumped about half of the oil into her bath water and started mixing it up. Now we really couldn't eat it. And I'd spent so much trouble finding those, too. Maine. What are you doing?
I think she made soap.
Dad? I'm washing, you know. I couldn't understand what Maine was doing, even when she tried to tell me. Lately, this has been happening more and more. As I watched, dumbfounded, Maine soaked her hair in the bucket and started to wash it. She splashed the part soaking in the water around, then started repeatedly scrubbing at the top of her head. When she seemed satisfied, she tightly wrung out all of the excess water out of her hair, then used a cloth to start drying it. When she was finished, she combed it out straight. Her deep blue hair was suddenly so much smoother and silkier that it was positively radiant.
Did she make shampoo?
What is this? I asked. A simple 2-in-1 shampoo. One. Do you want to use it too, Tori? If both of us use it, it won't be a waste. After seeing how beautiful Maine had suddenly become, I kind of wanted to try it. I wanted to try being that beautiful. However, I had been so mad at her just a little while ago that I felt awkward using it. Though, when Maine reminded me that I was the one who'd found the Melia and pressed it for oil, the awkwardness flew away. When you think about it like that, didn't I do literally all of the preparation work?
Yeah, kinda.
Hesitantly,
Well,
I undid my braid,
not prepping the shampoo, but you got the ingredients.
The bucket and washed it like Maine had done. Maine helped too, and her tiny hands helped to wash the parts I missed. I think it's good now. After drying it a bunch and combing it out, my hair was as glossy as Maine's. Although it had always been really poofy and frizzy and impossible to comb out, now it was gentle and wavy. It's almost like magic.
Magic.
You're so beautiful, says Maine. Tori, you smell nice. She seems pleased, for some reason, as she combs out my hair. I was delighted that I'd become so beautiful, but how did Maine learn how to do this? Maine really has gotten weird. If she gets weirder like this every time she has a fever, that's a terrifying thought. Although, when Mom freaked out when she saw us as we cleaned up Maine's bucket, I started wondering what Maine would get up to next. I might be looking forward to it, just a little. Translator's notes for this chapter. One Urino originally called this a, which is a reference to an older commercial for a 2-in-1 shampoo. Previous next.
I'll choose next after I sink this guy's ship. He's done for. I don't think he's hitting me right now. Yeah, I can't let you get past me either. You got a range, or I can't hit you. I saw that No Name was still here, but I don't see him anywhere. Maybe he just MIA. He's done. No, he left.
Ascendance of a Bookworm. Neighborhood Voice, Neighborhood Voice. Since I don't have any books, I'll make some myself. Ever since I decided on that particular course of action, my mood has improved drastically, and I've been way more forward-thinking. Trouble is, there isn't a single scrap of paper in this house. This is something I know from my earlier home explorations. So, I need to go and buy paper, but I have no idea where I'd find it. Trouble is, this town doesn't have any convenience stores, hardware stores, supermarkets, or stationery shops. Well, where the heck do I go to buy paper? The old man at the general store said that you have to copy books by hand if you want them, so I think there might be blank books available for sale. Although, where the heck do I find those? Perhaps there's a store that deals exclusively in paper. If I were in Japan, I'd be done in an instant. I'd write everything out on loose leaf in a binder, or in a notebook, or on stapled together printer paper. Here, though, there's no end to my problems. There isn't any paper in the house, so I'm going to need to start searching for some if I want to have any chance of making a book. My mother went to work this morning, so right now at home there's just Tori and me. Of course, this means there's only one person around to interrogate. Tori, I ask, do you know where to buy paper? What did you say? She replies.
You bag is paper.
Paper. Where do I go to? Oh. Tori looks at me quizzically, her braided hair swinging as she tilts her head to one side. This is the face of someone who doesn't understand the Japanese word I just used. Not good. I don't know how to say paper in this language. I really should have asked the old guy at the general store what it was called. You wouldn't know, hey. Sorry, Maine, says Tori, I guess I don't. That's a funny word, though. I hang my head with a dramatic jerk, and let out a deep sigh. The truth is, not knowing where to buy paper is just one of my problems. I also have no idea where to find pencils or pens. Based on what I've seen of this city, I doubt anything like a mechanical pencil or a ballpoint exists. Even fountain pens might be unlikely. Well then, what should I use a writing implement? And, of course, where should I go to find it? And, above all, I'm certainly not able to go out, by myself, in order to buy all of these materials. This really is troublesome. Ah, exclaims Tori, from the kitchen. Dad forgot this. I make my way over to the kitchen, where Tori is holding a bundle. Sure enough, this looks like the thing from this morning, where our father had suddenly said, I need that thing for work, can you get it out for me? And our mother had gotten mad and shot back, why didn't you ask me earlier? Then she frantically tore apart the storage room looking for it. Thinking about how mad she would be if she were to find out that our father had then forgotten that thing sends shivers down my spine. Tori, Mommy's going to be mad, right? You think so too, Maine? I don't know if it's this family or this world, but people here are very forthright about their emotions. When they laugh, it's with a booming voice and an idiotic grin, and when they're mad, they burn like a raging fire. In other words, my mother's expressive
kind of like
anger
Westerner.
is terrifying. Tori, should we take this to Daddy? I ask. Well, leaving you alone is, When she had stepped outside for just a moment to wash the dishes, I snuck out of the bedroom and then cried my eyes out. When I had gone out shopping with our mother, I fainted and collapsed in a heap. My family's estimation of me is probably scraping rock bottom, so Tori probably isn't going to let me out of her sight. If Daddy doesn't have this, he'll be in trouble, right? Maine, are you able to walk all the way to the gates? Rather than leaving me alone, it looks like we are going to go out together. Thinking of the distance between here and the town market makes me a little bit uneasy, but my mother's wrath is far more terrifying. I clench my fist and put on my bravest face. I'll do it. I say. Well, let's go, then. Package in hand, we depart, bundled up in our countless layers of clothing. Although we may be wearing many layers, we are not at all fashionable in the slightest. This is entirely for protection from the cold. By the way, my selection of clothing includes 2 pairs of underwear, 2 woolen one-piece dresses, 1 knitted woolen sweater, 2 pairs of knit pants that are kind of like long johns, and 2 pairs of socks, also knitted out of wool. I am wearing every single piece of it. Tori, isn't this too heavy to move in? I had asked, while we were bundling up. If we don't wear it all, though, the wind's going to break in through the patches and seams, you know? You catch cold super easily too, so you definitely have to wear everything. There had been no arguing with my mother when she made me do this, but I briefly entertained the notion that maybe I'd be able to push back against Tori. She, however, was adamant that I dress appropriately to keep myself healthy. I surrendered to her strong sense of responsibility and put everything on. Thanks to that, it's very hard to move right now. Tori is really fit, so even though she's bundled up just as tightly as I am, she's as nimble as she usually is. To make things worse, she's always going out to collect firewood with the other children and run errands for our mother, so she's used to walking around a lot. I, on the other hand, am neither strong nor fast. And I'm wearing a ton of clothing. Maine, are you alright? Hi, I pant, if we go a little slower, I'll be fine. Just like last time, I'm out of breath after climbing down all those stairs. I walk at my own pace. If I push it too hard and collapse, I'm just going to burden Tori even more. It's important for me to start building her trust in me back up. Even so, walking on cobblestones is hard. They're extremely uneven, so if you aren't paying too much attention to where you step, your foot will get caught and you'll fall on your face. I hold onto Tori's hand, letting her do the navigating while I concentrate on putting my feet in the right place. From a little ways away, a boy's voice rings out. Oh hey, it's Tori. What are you up to? I raise my head. 3 boys, wearing wooden backpacks and carrying bows, come running up to us. With red, blonde, and pink hair, the trio is certainly eye-catchingly colorful. Their clothing might have originally been dyed, but years of dirt and food stains have made them a mottled gray. They seem like hand-me-downs, covered in patches. It's not that different than what I'm wearing, so their standard of living is probably the same as ours. Ah, Ralph. And Lutz and Faye too. Since Tori seems so friendly with these 3, it's likely that Maine has some sort of connection to them as well. I scrunch up my forehead in concentration, digging through Maine's memories. Ah, yep, there it is. Oh, they're the neighborhood kids. Ralph, same age as Tori. He's red-headed and is the strongest. The leader of the kids, gives off an atmosphere as if he's everyone's big brother. Faye, also the same age as Tori. Pink-haired, with the kind of mischievous face you'd see on the worst kind of prankster. He and Maine never got very close, maybe because of the differences in their constitution, so she doesn't have very many memories of him. Lutz, Ralph's younger brother and the same age as me. He tries to act like he's my older brother, but he comes across like a cute little boy that wants to grow up. The 3 of them seem to be part of Tori's usual party when she heads off to the forest, and it seems like they sometimes brought Maine along with them. The memories of those few outings seem much clearer than Maine's other memories. While my focus was turned inward as I dug through my memory, Tori had struck up a lively conversation with Ralph. My dad forgot something, so we're going to the gates to bring it to him, she says. You guys going to the forest? Yeah. Wanna go to the gate together? Sure. When I see how her face lights up as she talks to Ralph, I realize how much trouble I'm putting her through every day. Of course heading off to the forest with your friends is way more fun than babysitting, isn't it? I'm sorry for being such a drag of a little sister. Although, my fever has been down for a few days, so it should be okay for me to start going out again. Specifically, to go out and find a store that will sell me some paper. When the other kids had just joined up with us, they'd started going at my speed, but Tori suddenly sped up. Since we were holding hands, I'm pulled along with her. Quickly, my feet get tangled together. Whoa, Maine. Tori immediately stops moving, so I don't fall flat on my face, but I do scrape my knee. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Yeah. My knee doesn't hurt very much, but now that I've sat down, standing up seems so hard. I just want to rest a little. As I think about how oppressive this situation is, Lutz offers me his hand. Hey, Maine. Want to ride on my pack? Lutz, you're such a good kid. According to Maine's memories, Ralph and Faye are always acting like they're better than Lutz, so even though he's the same age as Maine, he tries to act like her older brother, especially because she's so small and weak. Whenever she started getting too exhausted, he'd take her pack so she could keep going. What a gentleman. On top of that, his blonde hair is a color that I'm actually used to seeing, unlike pink or green, which is comforting. Maine, are you getting another fever? If it's getting too hard, I can carry you. Lutz seems so happy. Seriously, he does. However, even though he's bigger than me, we're still the same age, so having him carry me on his back might be kind of bad. As I worry about what I should do, Ralph sighs a little, then puts down his backpack. Lutz, he says, if you're carrying her, it'll take us forever to get to the forest. I'll carry Maine. Lutz, you take my bow, Faye, you take my backpack. Ralph. Lutz scowls resentfully at Ralph. He must feel like his good deed was just snatched away from him. I grab his hand tightly.
I guess I'll go to med.
You were the first to help me, Lutz, I say, smiling broadly. You're so kind. Thanks. You made me happy. Being praised for noticing me seems to be enough for Lutz. He smiles shyly, and takes Ralph's bow without complaint. If you praise a child for being kind, they'll keep that kindness with them as they grow up. I'm speaking, of course, from my adult perspective. Hey, come here, says Ralph, beckoning. Okay. Thanks, Ralph, I reply. Ralph is just a little bit bigger than Tori. I lean my weight against his back. There's no need here for the shyness of a little girl. No need at all. With me riding securely on his back, Ralph starts walking at a steady pace. My field of view is about 30 to 40 centimeters higher than it usually is, and the world looks so different from up here. Or, more precisely, I don't have to keep my eyes on the ground to avoid tripping, so I can actually look around freely. On top of that, Ralph doesn't have to slow down to match my usual pace, so the scenery is flowing by at a steady rate. Whoa, I'm so high. I explain. So fast, too. Don't get too excited, okay, he says. You'll get sick again. Yeah. I'll be careful. Being a frail little girl has its advantages. Even better, boys who keep going to the forest to get firewood are pretty strong. He's got way more muscle than you'd expect from a kid. If I compare these people to my recollection of what Japanese elementary schoolers are like, there is a significant difference in physique. This might not be a fair comparison, though. Not only is the lifestyle very different, but these people are of a different race.
Leave to go help med and then lose first. Typical.
Thin streams of filth ooze out from the narrow alleys, and the pack mules that wander up and down the main street are walking through piles of their own shit. It's not like I've been specifically staring at the filth. This is just the kind of spectacle that you'd never see in Japan, so I was a little surprised, so of course my eyes were drawn to it. Unlike when I had gone out to the town market, the streets are filled with people going to work, so I can't see into any of the first floor shops as we go past. The shops that deal only in commodities have glass windows, but from here, all I can see are the signs hung above the doors. To make things worse, all of the buildings along the street are of similar color and design, so my eyes are, of course, drawn to anything that stands out in the slightest. It's not my fault. You okay, Ralph? Asks Tori, looking a little concerned. Maine isn't too heavy. Ralph shifts me around slightly with a jolt, securing his grip. He turns his head away a little. I said it was okay, he says, curtly. Maine's really tiny, and she's light. If we let her walk, wouldn't it trouble you more? I can sympathize with the shy expression on Tori's troubled face, and I want to help her out. Aren't you supposed to be thanking her right now? Oh ho. Ralph's just a boy. Perhaps he's interested in Tori? He's trying to use me to get into her heart. I don't particularly mind, though. Alright, let's make this puppy love happen. Of course, this is just my particular delusion. The both of them are still very young, so they probably aren't able to really feel true love, but I have no books to keep me busy, so at least let me have my fantasies. Then, Ralph suddenly says, Tori, you smell nice, acting so smooth as he smells her hair. What the hell, kid, do you think you're the hero of a yae romance novel? Then, of course, Tori blushes shyly and says, really? Thanks. I may not have very many bittersweet experiences under my own belt, even at 22, but Tori is so
Yeah, I'm calling it quits here.
at 6 years old that it's
This
only
match is very
natural for me to
underwhelming.
have these sorts of thoughts,
In the first two
right?
matches,
I never
sucked
used to pay it
really,
any mind
really
when
badly.
people told me that I'd never have any sort of male presence in my life if I just stayed
In fact,
in my dream
all the people who
world,
gave me a hard
reading my
time in the
books
first two
and
matches are
lost in my
gone, so
fantasies.
just don't even feel like a
Wasn't just
real
my
victory to
family
me.
telling me this.
Anyway, I'm
Even
done.
Shiyuko
Goodbye.
next door kept saying it. None of your business. Idiots. Idiots. While I was distracted by my irritating memories of Japan, Ralph and Tori's puppy love has blossomed into a proper reverse harem, with Tori in the middle.
Okay, let me pause this. I might resume it next stream. Who knows? If you're interested, I'm reading The Ascendance of a Bookworm. You can check it out yourself.